Hallo und wir sind zurück mit Cold Steel 4. Und nicht mit Crossbill, obwohl ihr die Crossbill-Leute sehen. Ich finde es schön, ab dem Zeitpunkt, den ich spiele, zeigen so ein bisschen unsere ganzen, ich nenne es mal jetzt Teams hier durch. Weil ja so alles jetzt so ein bisschen so zusammen fighten, so nach dem Motto. Oder beziehungsweise halt unseren Goal haben, alle unter den Radiant Wings unterwegs sind. Also in den Namen Radiant Wings. Ja. Wir haben beim letzten Mal Rosalias Prüfung gemacht, die sich als Holy Beast of Fire herausgestellt hat, oder zumindest als die Nachfolgerin. Mit einer kleinen Trial, wo es auch gesagt hatte, falls mit ihr irgendwas passieren sollte, ist Celine you're the next one. Und wir haben ein bisschen mehr erfahren. Wir haben so ziemlich so ein bisschen eigentlich schon den Hauptgrund für die ganzen Sachen erfahren, was so passiert. Und ein bisschen noch mal mehr Kontext zu Events bekommen, wie einfach Ishmael zum Teil seine Rolle ist in den ganzen Events, die er orchestriert hat. Ja.
Yes.
Und wir wollen weitermachen mit Bonding Events. Ja, dann haben wir einige offen. Wir haben 8 Bonding Points. This will be a lot. Wir haben sogar gleich 3 hier auf der Ebene und dann können wir uns gleich um die 3 hier. Aufhängen. Ja, schon. What's that you're reading there, Your Highness? Rean? It's a letter addressed to me. Here, take a look. Rean, I need to speak with you. I'll be waiting at what remains of the field exercise camp near Heimdall. You may bring exactly one other person along to escort you. This letter says it's seated off the golden stallion on it, and were rewarded call you by name. Indeed, they must have jumped through quite a few hoops to have had it delivered to the ship. Could be nothing more than a prank, but naturally, my curiosity is piqued. So there's so many people who could have sent a letter like this. What should I do? It's possible this might be a trap. Allow me to serve as your escort, Your Highness. You do want to go find out what this is all about, right? You know me too well, Rean. Are you sure it's alright though? What if this is some form of trap? I'll be okay. I'll be right there to protect you no matter what happens. Let's get to Vladimir and head on over. Rean and Alvin awaited their chance before using Vladimir's warp function to infiltrate the city limits of Heimdall. They then made their way through the uncannily quiet roads of the old field exercise camp on the South Ostia Highway. Und ja, damit weiß man, wie auch Rean die ganze Zeit die Leute transportiert. Sie chillen halt alle mit ihm zusammen im Wahrnehmen, halt einfach drinne. Yeah, you know, what kept you? I had a feeling it would be you. Cedric. Hey, I see you have come along as Alvin's personal escort. I must apologize for the unsightly display you were forced to witness yesterday. Your Highness, enough beating around the bush, Cedric. Why send me a letter like that so suddenly? Don't tell me was this all just a ploy to get Rean to come? Nothing of the sort. I gave up on Rean a long time ago. We'll have to face each other in the rivalry someday after all. You're the one I wanted to see, Alvin. I get right to the point. I wanted to leave the Crimson Wings. Go through orders. You'll be safer there with Mother until this all blows over. So that's it. If I could ever do something so preposterous, how can you expect me to sit idly by while Rean and his allies for tooth and nail to? What does it matter either way? Do you honestly believe you can make a difference? The real world is nothing like the confines of the palace's walls or the gates of St. Asraya. You don't stand a chance on your own. Linus has become an invaluable member of the Courageous to his crew. We have no reason to doubt her abilities. Perhaps that was overstating things. I don't think you are entirely helpless. But it's a big ship, and there are plenty of Cable Force students on board as it is. It's not going to drop out of the sky just because you decide to leave. Perhaps you did manage to find a purpose during the Civil War as a symbol of the Imperial family, but there exists no such place for you in the squabble between Jomanganda and Millium. You know that, don't you? This has gone beyond just a mere domestic conflict. This is a war that could very well engulf the entire world as we know it. The fury that's about to be unleashed is greater than you can possibly imagine. It's only a matter of time before you or the Rean and the Crimson Wings get caught up in the crossfire. And once that happens, there won't be any last-minute miracles left to save you. Rean, sure you see where I'm coming from here. I know you care about Elise every bit as much as I do about Alphen. In a warship, is a warship really any place for them? Don't we owe to our sisters to get them away from all this fighting? Well... He's so kind to say it, but the fact is, you're not helping often. You're not a soldier, you're not even a military academy student, you have no business being anywhere near a battlefield. Being of mother, when you're close by, it would be such a comfort to her. Or you could go and be with father before surgery, though even that's a little too close to the front lines for my liking. That's enough, Cedric. Thank you, I know this is all your way of showing me your care. Of course I care, you're my sister, my kith and kin. When we were children, you always stood up for my sake. Always who deemed me too weak to be the heir. Commoners who fawned blindly over your intellect and grace. You defended me to all of them alike. I was so grateful and at the same time so frustrated. But now our roles have reversed. It's time for the strong to protect the weak, the way it should be. Alright, sometimes I hate just how powerless I've been. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse to give up on myself. I'm sorry, Cedric. It's taking me this long to bring myself to say that. When your health failed you after the war, there was nothing I could do. Then, somehow, Chancellor Osborne saved you, but that was when your lust for power began. You were like a different person. As time went on, the change in you started to frighten me. I felt so guilty for not being there when you needed me most. I just didn't know how I could face you anymore. Perhaps a part of me felt like you'd grown up and left me behind too. Well then. But look where it has gotten us now. You loved your family more than anyone and yet did nothing to protect Father and Olivier from their fates, and I'm no better for letting you. Stop it right now. Maybe not. You need to talk about this, and we need to talk about this now more than ever. You and the Mirage, none of it means a single thing. The one thing that's always mattered to me, to us, above all else, is family. Whether Grimson or Radiant, I have no intentions of leaving these wings. I'll find the strength to support both Olivier and Rean, and even to stand against you, should it come to that. There's nothing. I'm sorry if you did that, Alvin. That was your final chance. And Cedric. You put an end to this next time we meet. Permanently. Alvin, Rean, hope you don't come to regret this path you've chosen. Cedric, wait! But the surgery's coming up. Is it much to ask that you pray for him? If the whole family bands together, Idios is sure to hear us. Majestically said, Your Highness. It's commission like that that makes you the bride of the Radiant Rings and all of Erebonia.
の子に誰よりも近い兄弟だから。
Exactly. You reach out to him in a way only you could. He may not realize how right you were just yet, but he'll come around eventually. Kurt and I will make sure of it. Das Setting wird noch einen interessanten Carry-Tag haben. Peter and Alvin used Valimar to escape the city limits and return to the creatures too. So, damit haben wir unsere ersten Überspawning-Sachen angeht, komplett gemaxt. Kurt, sehr schön. Kurt, what's that you're reading? Oh, instructor, it's a letter from Müller, actually. He gave it to me before he left. Lieutenant Connor, huh? Gave you a letter even though you were face to face? That's right. Found it rather curious myself. Well, I just started to read it, but... it's more of a family matter than anything, really. You need to concern yourself over it. You want me to take care of it when I have the time. That said, preparing for the sanctuary should be our foremost priority at the moment. Huh? I think Colonel Miller wouldn't write a letter like this for no reason. Plus, I'm pretty curious, I admit. I'd say you have plenty of time, Kurt. After all, this is my own pupil's family matters we're talking here. Not some strangers. If I can help you in any way, all you have to do is let me know. I'll be there for you as best as I can. Instructor. Thank you so much. I know I can be somewhat of a burden at times. There's some place I'd like to go. Could I get you to accompany me? Then Kurt set off together. Along the way, they talked about the contents of the letter. I don't see any military police here. I thought this was supposed to have been converted to a conscription office. Suppose they left everything empty here when their forces were diverted to the Heimdall area. Ah, there you are, Kurt. Hello, Mila. We meet again, Lieutenant Colonel. Yeah, this reunion came earlier than expected. Glad to see you, nonetheless, Rean. I apologize for calling you Ray for this. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to attend to. That's no problem. I'm here to lend Kurt my full support as his instructor. And if that was enough for a reason, you did go out of your way to delegate me as his partner. Still can't quite believe it. Did you really find Roland's other sword? It's true. Well, would you look at that? Roland's sword. Clear as day. You found a left-hand one in Rockwell, and now you've recovered its pair. Stumbled upon it while we were readying the creatures too. It was as if something led us to it. I had no idea you already had a spare. It must be fate. You know what I summoned you here for, don't you, Kurt? Indeed, I read a letter. You want me to have Roland's twin swords under one condition. Dr. Rean and I go through with this trial of yours. Forgive my asking, but why am I included in this? It seems to be a Wanda family business. I'm not even trained in this skill of swordsmanship. I understand how arbitrary all of this must feel to you, but it wasn't my decision to make. The moment I grasped the sword, I sensed Roland's will. The two of you stand before me as the successor of Roland's dual blade style and the inheritor of the Ashen Knight. Moreover, your relationships, not unlike Roland and Emperor Draxus, will cut their way through the War of the Lions side by side. Roland died before his time. I refuse to stand by and let history repeat itself with you, Kurt. This way you must prove yourself more able than him, and you, Asher, show me you've surpassed Draxus himself. Seeing Azora coming with a sword? So I've got to defeat both you and Roland in spirit. Very well, I accept the challenge. I've long looked up to you and my ancestor of legend. If it's a test of metal you want, face it both head on. Said Kurt. This is two of us, I'm sure we can accomplish this much. It's true, Kurt. And so their fears better begin. Das ist nicht mal wirklich ein richtiger Fight, okay. Riddler, empowered by the spirit, came at them with an unrelenting assault, attacking with even more power than he showed in his fight outside the Infernal Castle. Rean and Kern struck in perfect sync with each other, managing to turn the battle into an even match. And then... now... ah! Not shabby at all. Indeed, well done. Well, I'm secretly impressed by the ability you've demonstrated today. You've earned the right to wield a sword, Kurt. Thank you, Müller. So, how do you look? Pretty perfect, Kurt. You certainly look the part of as Roland's successor. Well, I'm proud of you, Kurt. Encouraging you to join the band canvas was definitely the right choice. I mean, die Schwere sehen auf jeden Fall sehr nice aus. I mean, it's a lot to hear. I'm aware I've yet to reach the highest of soldiership or experience you, Father, and Roland have, but I've managed to gain so many things nobody else ever could. I owe it all to the friends I've come to bond with, including Dr. Rean. Couldn't have said it better myself, Kurt. Working together, I know we will reach ever greater heights. Of course. Und dann machen wir eigentlich auch jetzt sozusagen die Kosmetik, damit wir jetzt auch die Schwerter drauf haben, wie wir es schon für Juices haben. Ich werde auch gleich reinhauen. Rean and Kurt bid Müller farewell, wishing to see him sooner rather than later. They returned to courageous, Kurt carrying his new swords with undistinguished joy and astonishment. Was sind sonst Cosmetic Items? Ja, kennen wir schon. Wir hatten es schon für Juices. So. Yes. Jetzt soll das nämlich auch in Combat haben. Jupp. Ja, sieht eigentlich ganz gut aus im Vergleich zu seinen Malen. So, yeah, well, Laura. That should just about do it for now. What are you up to, Laura? Oh, you know, I was just restocking the ointments among a few of our other supplies. Just said there are actually a few things I'd like to take care of before we head to Sanctuary, if possible. Just to say, I'd like to head down to Brownie Island to finish up my training. I see you're preparing for a possible showdown with the Viscount then. That's right, but it's sure to be waiting for us. As such, it's my duty as successor to the Sam name to improve myself as much as I humanly can. And now may be the only opportunity I have to do so. With Laura. I needn't worry so much over me, Rean. What it matters is that my father made it through life, no matter what state he may find himself in. When the time comes to face him, I will prove I can rise to the challenge. Swear it. On the blade he himself bequeathed upon me. But that's why she's finishing up her training. It's probably something I should be thinking about myself. I'll be okay if I accompany you, Laura. You need all the training we can muster if you hope to get through this coming rivalry after all. See, I don't mind, of course. Having you there should make things no trouble at all. Let's be off then. Unsere nächste Beyond the Island Training Session, I guess. Yeah, what's the matter? His presence, it's... It isn't possible. The same as what happened with was said here. Na, den kennen wir doch. Das ist der Bonnie was, glaube ich. Wieso? Look! Lord Elbonius, so, okay. It's a thing for in the old schoolhouse. Lord Elbonius. I saw a number of them appeared in Heimdall alongside a Graal. It's huge, but something like that have been there without us. No, it can be. Could be due to the Septurian shellbird here. I think so. I mean, it's a fragment of something from before the Great One was formed. Everything that's going on with Operation Yomaganda could have set off a reaction between the shell and the spirit veins. But where is it going? It's like it's heading for all this. Oh, it's insane destructive power. You can't let something like that reach orders. It's because we're in the subspace, but I can't sense Valimar. Gargus 2 isn't connecting either. We won't be able to get in touch with the others for a while. We just have to stop it ourselves then. It won't be easy, but so long as I'm with you, I know we stand a chance. Together we find a way. You're right, let's go, Laura. Ist es wieder ein Cutscene-Fight? Anscheinend, ja. Yeah. But against the giant Lord Elbonius raged long and hard. We know Laura made strategic use of the terrain and gradually pushed the Goliath back. Getting closer in sync, they continued their onslaught until finally... Now taste the rare, how they says. Yeah. Looks like they did a trick. Good job, Laura. I know you had it in you. What you need just now was every bit as good as the rest counts. Better even. If you think so. It didn't feel quite right to me. Maybe I really have taken a step closer to my father. Laura? So it's just so bizarre to see how far you've come. A single Lord Elbonius was almost more than the entirety of Class 7 could handle once, but now just the two of us can defeat one. Das wollte ich auch gerade eigentlich sagen, wir haben damals die ganze Klasse 7 dafür gebraucht, so ein Ding runterzuholen, aber nope. Jetzt brauchst du nur noch die zwei. And now I have forward fighting for someone with all your heart, but grant this much power. Alright.
もはや逃げも隠れもしまい。私はそなたが好きだ。仲間としてだけでなく、剣の道を共に目指す同志としてだけでもなく、ただの一人の女として。
It's alright, you don't have to give me an answer. This is hardly the time or the place for romance. There are other more important things that demand our attention. We must run the wineries, and I have to surpass my father. To do that, we need to dedicate ourselves to improving our skills. Alright, I'll be counting on you from here on. Rean retreated to the lodge to patch up their wounds. After a short rest, they returned to the ship together. So, wo sind die anderen? Wir haben Celine unten im Storage. Hello, Celine. Appreciate your help. Let's meet at Celine. What's she doing in a place like this? I'm not sure what she's saying, but it sounds like she's speaking with someone. What's going on here? We should go talk with her. Celine, what in the world? Yeah, we'll be flying out then. It's close to the village, right? Yes, please. Celine? Oh, bird. Where did it go? Close to the village. Are we ready, ma? With an idea of where the location could be, Rean hurriedly boarded the Valima and began searching for Celine. Here, Celine. What are you doing here? Getting distracted there, Ari. Eh. See, let me here. No way, just stay where you are. Don't butt in when I'm training, got it? What? Let's make an exception this time, shall we? That was you all along, Rita. Would you like to try this again, Rean? Get on with it then, Celine. This is how it's supposed to go down. Oh well. I don't know what's going on, but if Celine needs my help, she's got it. We took part in a challenging practice session. Oh my, that was more satisfying than I thought it would be. We meet again soon, you two. How can you explain what that was all about? Wasn't that bluebird? It can be really a nuisance sometimes, you know. At least it didn't entirely ruin things for me. Why did you come here anyway? Also, it was completely unnecessary to have Marima send you all this way. You're the one who just disappeared without a word. I was worried about you. I had a feeling you wouldn't have done that without a reason, but I didn't want to take any chances. Oh. My bad. I'm sorry I worried you. Wasn't that bluebird Rita's familiar? Yeah, that was Kiana's, an illusion of him, anyway. He was destroyed back then, but Rita managed to summon his scattered energy. Recreating a destroyed familiar isn't easy. But I wouldn't put it past Rita to actually bring a new one into existence instead of conjuring an illusion. Yeah, Rita's definitely powerful enough. They are both very special. Kiana's was created using unique mana in order to help Rita reach her full potential as a witch. My role was to assist Emma. I was given the ability to speak and to shapeshift, but I'm not nearly as powerful. So I decided to see to my improvement myself. I see, that's why you disappeared, to train. After already under the Lunar Sanctuary, I could see no other choice. I have my bride and responsibility as Emma's familiar and as part of Rose's spirit. But that's not all, I suppose. Do you mean? You're as sharp as a marble, aren't you? Why do you think I went beyond my duty as Emma's familiar to provide assistance to the rest of you? I didn't even go so far as to take on a human form for training. It's because there's someone I want to look after, duh. Oh. I just ask myself why I bother. It's worth it though, despite everything. I fought alongside you in the Civil War and stuck with you even after you graduated. As I learned more about humans, I discovered we share certain values. I've changed, and you changed me. Serene. I'll get you for that someday. You better promise me that you won't ever give up. Yeah? Okay, I promise. If anything knocks me down, I'll get back up right away so I can keep going. I won't betray the trust you have in me. I have no idea what fate has in store, but I'll keep on fighting. And I'm sure you will need my help along the way. That's fine though, I'll be there for you. But I'm counting on you to stand on your own 2 feet most of the time, Rean Schwarzer. I'll keep that in mind. After that, Celine turned back into her cat. They took a breather together and then headed back to the Courageous 2. So. 4 Bonding Events getan. 4 Bonding Events to go. Oh. Tours on deck. So what are I doing out here? Well, are you going down to the surface? If so, I get things ready right away. Oh, it's okay, there's no need to rush. I was just wondering if there was something on your mind. Seems like it. Well, it's not really a big deal or anything. Now that you but now that you think I'm acting weird, you're not going to let it go, are you? I will not worry you, so... The truth is, some information came through from the special support section. It's about the airship incident, the crash 17 years ago. Oh. It happened on the road between Crossville and Northumbria. It seems like it's a pretty desolate area, at least in terms of people. Ich finde es sehr schön, wie wir jetzt immer noch mehr über dieses Airship-Incident noch hören. Aber das halt so eigentlich so einer der großen, ja, wichtigeren Punkte im Crossville-Arc war und nicht im Erebonia-Arc. Aber hey. I wonder if you might see something if you look down on it from the North Highlands. That's an idea. I was curious about what happened back then. Maybe I can be of some help to Tora. Hey Tora, here's an idea. How about we go to the North Highlands together? Huh? I've actually been discussing this with guys for a while now. It sounds like it's going to be one of the major fronts of the war, so doing some recon would be smart. The Macabre is under repair, so guys had kind of given up on the idea. But should manage to just fine if we have Valimar take us there through the spirit path. That would definitely work, but aren't you really busy, Rean? I think this could lead to some really useful information for the Reddit Rings. I'm sure guys wants to visit his family, and it's not like bringing you along would cause things to run any less smoothly. In fact, I bet you the opposite. Having you along would be a great help. What do you say? Well? Scouten wir die North Highlands, die wir schon sehr lange nicht mehr gesehen haben. Tom was initially a little hesitant to the idea of coming along, but Rean's insistence eventually won her over. They met up with guys and with Maliba's assistance, the spirit path there. Ich finde schon, dass geil ist auch als auf einmal mit dem Bonding im Bonding-Event dabei ist. Ich glaube, der erste Bonding-Event, wo ein zweiter Charakter mit dabei ist, der auch seine eigenen Bonding-Events hat. Oder? Aber nee. Oder? Wir hatten einmal in Cold Steel 2 mit Millium und Claire. Ich weiß jetzt noch nicht mal, ob es ein Millium Bonding Event war und Claire noch keine hatte zu dem Zeitpunkt, aber kann sein. Bin ich mir gar nicht sicher. Aber es ist eher selten, dass noch ein zweiter Charakter noch, also dritter Charakter in dem Bunde mit dazu ist. Ja, we really made it. We could count on Rean and Valimar. The defense are still down. Guys, we should get going. I'll be back after checking with my family. I'll leave the repeater to you, Tora. Of course, I'll give your family my best. Oh gut, der ist auch sofort wieder weg. Okay, guess we'd better get to setting up the repeater. Yeah, maybe you should set it up behind a boulder where it can't be seen from the watchtower. The airship went down just beyond this mountain range, right? Yeah, in the no man's land, right between Erebonia and Calvert. Defies that all evidence of the incident's been covered up. The files. It seems there's nothing left there. Oh. Right. Being here, I think I feel a bit better now. As a kid, I was pretty unhappy that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to my parents. But now I feel like I can finally move on. You're lying. Huh? Come on, how long have we known each other? You can't hide it from me. You're always putting others before yourself, even more than I do. Well, now there is no one here but you and me. For once, just be honest and open up about your feeling. About how you're feeling. Rean. Do I look that down about it? It was 17 years ago. I was only 4 at the time, so I barely remembered it all. Just blurry images of people who I guess must have been my mother and father. Grief isn't determined by time. Besides, that's not all, is it? Grief isn't the only thing you're holding back. It's okay, just let it out. I mean, why would you say all this to me? I've been trying so hard not to let it get to me, but now... It was just a few days away, and my youngest has been drafted. Hundreds of thousands of lives, maybe millions, are hanging in the balance here. I was so happy when Angie came back. I could have cried. But George is still with the enemy, and there's no guarantee he'll change his mind anytime soon. And there's Crow. It seems like it's impossible for him not to disappear forever when all this is over. You don't even know for sure what will happen to you, Rean. Yeah. My body's linked to the Great Twilight, and, well, you all know about my heart. I might be headed towards the same fate as Crow. Crow? George? My parents, my grandfather. Everyone I've ever loved has disappeared. If I lose you too, I can't... It's okay, Toa. I mean... I don't know what the future holds, but I promise you I won't give up until the very end. So please. Toa's adorable as fuck. This prefield's kinda nice, doesn't it? Yeah. Rean, I've been holding all that in for a long time. I never realized just how stubborn I am. Come on. Until young Grow noticed that you were, what you were going through. Everyone was worried, so I took the liberty of doing something about it. I did show you a pretty pathetic side of me before graduation, after all. Oh, right. I almost forgot about that. It was all Crow's fault, and then he came back and acted like it was nothing. Yeah, his behavior still bothers me a bit. It looks like we've both embarrassed ourselves in front of one another, huh? Fate must have brought us together, huh? I consider it an honor. So far I'm saying this, you know? Didn't have the courage to bring it up until now. You brought me all the way out here and made me spill my guts. But at least I don't have anything left to be afraid of after that. Oh well. Think of it as payback. Still got plenty of flowers. Want to go over them together? I'm sure my parents will appreciate it. Sure, I'll be glad to. Das sind dieselben, die wir für Olivier genutzt haben, ne? Ich glaube, das sind nicht dieselben aus Hameln, oder? Ich kann nicht im Kopf nochmal, wie genau die von den Hameln aussahen. Once guys return to the group, offered another prayer. Afterwards, they used the spirit path to return to the courageous tale. So. Wir machen als nächstes. I mean, wir hatten gerade Gaius, also wir können auch einfach Gaius als nächstes machen. Yeah. You're just running, guys? Yeah. Also, eigentlich warst du gerade in den North Highlands mit uns, aber fair enough. The full-scale operations are paying up now, so I figured I should go ahead and up my training regimen. These events have made me realize just how experienced I am. See? But you can't let what happened to the Merkaba buffer you. Everyone you included did everything they could. Things couldn't have gone better considering the circumstances. Thanks, Rean. I'm not that worked up about it, so don't worry about me, okay? As a Karlsruher, I've vowed to be of help to you all, Rean. I need to figure out what I'm lacking. That's the focus of my training here. What is lagging, huh? Well, if I had to say... Got a proposal for you guys. How about we pay a visit to Brigadier General Bardius? Huh? Whom has it? His ancestors are warriors from North, so wouldn't that make him the perfect person to ask? Maybe be able to get a few tips to help you work on any areas that you feel like you're lacking in. It does make some sense, now that I think about it. Though he must be pretty busy with the Weißland army. Well, once that's settled, let's make sure to get in touch. We guys got in touch with the Weißland army and managed to reach Brigadier General Bardius. They decided to meet up in Arwen Hills, since the Brigadier General had operations to attend to close by. Thanks for agreeing to meet with us, Brigadier General. Yeah, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. I wouldn't do this for just anyone. But since it's you guys, I got a lady already to lend us the Balkalufa. Ich glaube, so ist ausgesprochen. Guess his help that was free at the time anyway. May have lost touch with my heritage, but I think I can still do some good here. Truly, I'm thankful you came. I'm ready to dig into whatever you have to teach me. Whatever it takes to hone my skills as a Karlsruher and protect my loved ones from whatever danger there may be. So that's how it is. So guys, how'd you like to spar with me? Huh? Right now? Why not? You gotta put that strength of yours to the test. You want to find your weak spots. If you want, I will go all out against you, and I expect you to do the same. What do you say? I'm up for it. Chances like this don't come along every day. Come at me with everything you've got. Und Remote Referee? Yeah. A fierce battle between Gaius and Wallace followed. Wallace struck out in full force, unleashing moves that had even forced the almighty conflagration into a corner. Gaius refused to give in, and with the power of his stigma, was able to match his opponent blow for blow. Hey Gaius, pace with him the whole time. It's not a small feat. Looks like the rumors about you were true, Black Whirlwind. That's about yourself, soaring Phoenix. You've got some impressive skills. Between your own natural ability and its stigma, I don't see this spell ending anytime soon. Guess I have to call on some friends. Horses? That's right. Thoroughbred war horses from the Bardius family's own stables. They're both fine and courageous mounts. Think you can handle them? You're selling it with a jaws, huh? Fine with me. Ah! The battle moved into a head-to-head jousting match. It looked to be a long and grueling fight before either combatant gave in, but then... Yeah. So already, huh? Got to hand it to you, Wallace. You really gave me a word for out there. Turned out to be not so evenly matched as before, huh? Could you tell what the difference was there, guys? Yeah, I think so. I had a feeling I lost sight of something all this time, but now it's finally starting to fall into place. Guys? Very good. All that wasn't for nothing then. It's been a while, so I think I'll treat my horses to a longer ride. Why don't you two stay back and rest a bit? You going to be alright? Yeah, just a couple scratches. I think you held back a little for the horses' sakes. I'm still kind of in awe of him, though. It didn't take much for him to see right through me. Sounds like you've pieced something together yourself. Yeah, I know now where I've been going wrong. I got so caught up in being a Grasritter that I forgot about what was so important to me is plain old Gaius Warsel. The reason I came to Erebonia, to Force, was to learn about the outside world. To take all I picked up here and turn into the strength to protect my homeland. You know, thinking back, the rest of us were really amazed by the lengths we were willing to go to. You had to adapt to an entirely new landscape, all for the sake of taking care of what you had back home. It really means something. I can say we are all inspired by how devoted you are to your land and people. I don't know if I'd go that far. I feel like I was just charging in without thinking things through. But it is true, I always had Lord and everyone there at the front of my mind when I did. Even inheriting the stigma and everything we went through during the Civil War was part of that. They were the winds that guided me from the very start, and the reason I'm standing here right now. I guess having wings makes it harder to feel connection to the people back on the ground. And now I feel like I finally got my head out of the glass and back where it belongs. And I'll see to it that it stays that way. Erebonia is my second home. I'm protected to the very end, along with North and the rest of the continent. Even the whole world, if it comes to that. You never do anything but help, do you? I'm glad you've got your head together, guys. We'll be counting on you then. Of course, right back at you, Rean. Come back. I was hoping we'd be up for another jousting match. The performance back there was just pitiful. This time I'll show you what the Nord warrior can really do. Sorry to say, Brigadier General Wallace Bartis. No, that's just what being young is all about. You guys have a rematch, guys also. Following that, Rean watched Gaius and Wallace equally balanced fight through to the end. Sehr schön. Ja, 2 Bonding Events haben wir noch. Dann machen wir die jetzt auch noch schnell durch. Music. Music, what are you doing here? Music? Oh, sorry, looks like I lost myself in thought there for a bit. Maybe it's because things are finally a little less tense. Talking about the panic rule, right? There's a part of me that wants to say it was reckless, but I'm just glad you made it through safely, really. Thanks, instructor. Though the necessity of Operation Mirage as a backup plan hasn't changed. Thanks to the Radiant Rings and everyone else, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And the fact of the matter is, I also need to recharge my batteries for you, instructor. Considering the circumstances, maybe I should spend some time with her. Yeah, what do you mean? Maybe I take the opportunity to charge my own batteries a bit as well. Want something to drink, monsieur? It would be my treat. Oh? I can't think of anyone else I'd rather spend my time with, instructor. The lodge was great and all, but maybe you could indulge me and listen to a request. There's a place that I would like to go, and I think that this is the perfect chance. Why not? You can take the opportunity to give us some information too. Medium usually left the ship and headed towards orders. After some quick interrogating, they ended up on the southern coastal road. Ich würde gerade sagen, warum kriegen wir die Mischung Music? Oh ja. I'm glad the river was so lovely. I don't think I've ever been this far down the Arwas coastal road. But the beach you guys went to is somewhere else, right? Yeah, it's a spot popular with locals and tourists alike, or so I heard. This right here is a private beach belonging to the Cayenne family. With things the way they are, no one's felt like using either beach for a while now. Of course, that's certainly good news for us at the moment. What do you say, instructor? How about we make the most of our time alone? Alright, just this once. Ich find's schon irgendwie das dumme Cape noch haben. Ich glaube, ich nehme das Cape wieder ab, weil für solche Cutscenes ist das so dumm. I don't know, your drip. Hurry, instructor. Catch me if you can. Oh, what's this? So good look, isn't this a pretty seashell? Seems like they've piled up better since last time, huh? But it feels different this time somehow. Oh, what's wrong, you see? Oh, it's nothing. I'm just a little tired out. It's been ages since I last let loose like this. Yeah, you're like a kid on summer vacation. I guess nothing beats coming back to your hometown, huh? Special, I'll give you that. I have so many memories of this place. My parents and I used to come here together all the time, until they passed. That's right, you said you lost them in an accident at sea. What kind of people were they? I'm told my grandfather on my father's side of the family was known for being hard and merciless. My father, on the other hand, was a very kind man. Despite this, he was a good leader and a clear successor to the Cayenne dukedom. So my mother, from what I can remember, she was always very cool-headed. Like, no problem was too much for her. She used to travel all around La Mare on business. While she was away, father would teach me to play all kinds of games. Chess, cards, even an Eastern one called shogi. That's when my talents started to show itself. Been able to analyze the world like a game for that long. It must be because of my honor heritage, like Rosalia said. Maybe playing with me so much was my father's way of teaching me how to use this power. But I played a lot of games with me too. That's where I picked up my head for strategy. The kimono I wore before was originally a gift to my mother from my father. It's a little too big for me, but I had some alterations made. Sound like great parents? Yeah, they were. After they died, my uncle shipped me off to St. Australia, and that was that. But when I thought of the world as a game, like they taught me, I felt like I was still connected to them. I guess that's why I analyze things this much. I can see now I can see how that would happen. But you know, you don't need to do that all the time, right? Those skills aren't the only thing your parents left you. You're right. I've been young, but I still remember the boundless love they showed me. And I felt the same affection from Elise, Alfie, my instructors, Juna, everyone really. The plan I put together for Midi Mirage caused a lot of suffering, but maybe it wasn't all bad. It led me to Class 7 after all. If I had found you all just a moment later, I might have lost what really made me human. You say. You're not alone anymore. Please don't ever forget it. Class 7, Elise, Alvin, Tita, General Legine, Rita, the list goes on. Got plenty of people who care about you, me included. If you're worried over something, it's a good sign. Take it as a reminder that you didn't abandon your emotions completely. And if you do have problems, come tell us about them. You do whatever you can to help. Rean. If you really mean that, there's something I'd like to ask you to do. Will you hold on to my good luck charms for me? Your good luck charms? Here, take a look. Oh, are these the bullets you... They are. I brought them with me from when I gave the order to crash the Pentagruel into the other airship. They remind of how we made it out before we could get caught up in the ship's destruction. And of how Operation Millium Mirage could have ended in the worst possible way, but didn't. I'd like you to have them, at least while we're both part of Class 7. Alright, I'd be glad to keep a hold of them for you. I hope one day you know for sure you will never need to use them again. I'll be returning them until then. Are you okay with that? Of course, it's fine with me. Music? Is that what you were after all this time? You shouldn't leave yourself so home to attack, instructor. Speaking of this as a bit of payback for the other day, and 2 months ago during our field exercises as well.
その実弾をお渡しする代わりにしこと頂戴しました。これがあれば私は千のかげろうがどうなってもなんとか自分を保てると思うので。
You see? You're asking a lot, but I will look at this once. Just don't get used to it, alright? You and I are still teacher and student. Whatever you say, I won't tell anyone if you don't. Sharing a secret makes things all the more exciting, wouldn't you say? Just got me there, I guess. I just have to go along with it. Wow. After a while longer, Rean and Music packed up and returned to the Courageous 2. Come to think of it, since there are 2 bullets, I would say you owe me a second kiss. Don't push your luck. Typical Music. Ja, danke. Sieht auch wohl ganz gut aus. Sarah. Sure. Yeah, that sounds good, thanks. I'll see you later, Governor Ignatz. Huh? Oh, Ian, looks like you've caught me at a pretty awkward time. But there's nothing going on between Marcus's dad and me, though he does have that cool and gruff thing going on. I didn't even consider that, but good to know, I guess. Heading off somewhere then? Yeah, I'm headed off to a certain grave. Hopefully it works out this time. What are you talking about? Mind if we go together? Of course, Rean. We're off to orders, okay? After Sarah and Rean received a certain something from Governor Agnes in orders, they headed to the same spot in Languedoc Canyon they visited last time. Jäger sind schon wieder hier. This is the flag from the naval fortress, right? It'd make a fitting tribute for Colonel Valestine. Good thing Governor Agnes kept it aside for us. There may be black paroma glass here, but apparently it's not interfering with the spirit rains. Good to know. You want to help, Rean? Sure. Oh, the glancing flame. Looks like you found the way forward. Yeah, got to put some old ghosts to rest too. Thinking for that. Be careful out there. I'd hate for you to die before things really start getting interesting. Same to you guys. Next time we meet, it will probably be as enemies though. So, about what happened before. You know what? I figure I was just hearing things. Or maybe my dad really did drop in to see how his beloved daughter is doing these days. If he did, you know I'm into a totally different kind of guy now. Huh?
ほんと君、はっきり言っていろいろ放っておけなさすぎだしね。とっとといい子を捕まえない限りは、私も腹をくくったから覚悟しなさい。
Oh, so sehr kurz und knapp. Oh gut, wir machen hier eine kurze Toilettenpause. Ich bin gleich wieder da.